All right, Mark here with Adventure Off-Road. Today we're going to install a power valve adjuster. Of course, most of you know you can use a 5mm Allen and adjust this screw right here, and that'll adjust the characteristics of your power delivery of the exhaust control valve. Now, most of the time they come set at 1.5 turns in from flush, and flush is what they would call all out. Now what I'm going to do to make sure I put it in the exact same position is I'm actually not going to measure from flush because the power valve adjuster doesn't really have the right kind of shoulder on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unscrew this all the way out and I'm going to count my turns. 1, 2.5. 2.5 turns out before it bottomed out. So I'm going to start this in the same place, and I know to turn it in 2.5 turns to put it back in the same position. This is a really easy to install accessory, and it makes it really neat. You don't have to carry a tool like this with you when you're out on the trail and you want to adjust this power valve. It makes it really easy. So let's do it real quick. All you need is an 8mm socket. No oil's going to come out. Oil level's well below the power valve. It is lubricated though. There's a spring. Now's a good time if you wanted to adjust that spring tension. You have a kit that comes with the bike also that you can do that. Okay. Now what I'm going to do real fast is I'm going to put just a little shot of blue Loctite. I like to do that on these bolts, because the last thing I need is for one of them to come out. And I like to use the paste Loctite. A lot less messy, goes a lot further. Okay? All right. Okay, now we're going to take the 5mm and we're going to take this out. Now this, to remove, you actually go in. One of the reasons why when you're adjusting it, you want to be really careful that you never go in too far, because then it can fall off in there. See? There it is. Get our power valve adjuster out of the package. Put a little shot of grease on the O-ring here. All right. And then now we're going to install it right through here. Now I'm just going to lightly thread it in till it bottoms. When it's bottomed all the way out, I'm going to install it. Really simple. And again, there's no up or down. Doesn't matter on that. Okay. Just put our 2 screws with a little paste Loctite, not a lot. Now the torque setting for these is only 6 Newton meters, so you don't really want to tighten them a lot. I don't want to over tighten them, but I sure don't want them to come out. So I'm actually going to snug them. I'm certain that the reason they have such a low torque rating is so that you don't pull the threads out. Snug them with a little blue Loctite and you won't have any issues. See, just lightly slug them. Snug them, not slug them. All right. Okay, now we're going to turn this out 2.5 turns. Actually going to turn it in 2.5 turns, and it'll be right where it was. That's 1, 2, and that's where it is. Really easy install. You can buy these on our website, shopbetas.com. It's Mark Donovan with Adventure Off-Road. Thanks again.